Hello guys, and welcome to another profile tree video. So in today's video we're going to be learning about creating a website. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So before we get started on taking a look at the different website builders as well as creating a website from scratch, let's get an understanding on what several steps as well as requirements are needed for creating a website. So creating a website, as I've mentioned, involves several steps and requires a combination of technical and creative resources. So a comprehensive list of what you'll need is first, purpose and a plan. So define the purpose, identify the primary goal of your website. So that could be an e-commerce, that could be blogging, portfolio, your business presence. So you really just need to determine what your primary goal is. And if you're a current business, of course, just choose any of the following categories. So that being said, you could be a fashion store business, or you're just say that you're in the fashion industry or you sell clothing, then you would want to have an e-commerce website. Or if you just want to create a portfolio or just have a business presence to promote the actual store in person, then you can do that as well. And as well as defining the purpose, you need to have a content plan. So outline the type of content you'll feature, and that's with text, images, videos, etc. What you also need to think about is the domain name. So choose a domain name. Make sure that you select a unique and memorable domain name that reflects your website's purpose. With the domain registration, register the domain name through a domain registrar. So that could be through GoDaddy or any of the platforms that you'll be creating your website on. Third would be your web hosting. So select a web host, choose a hosting provider that suits your needs in terms of storage, bandwidth, security, and support. Now in terms of the hosting plan, decide on a hosting plan, shared, VPS, dedicated, cloud hosting, so based on your expected website traffic and resource requirements. Now with this, I would say that if you're going to start off as a business, you're best just going for a shared hosting rather than going for anything dedicated, cloud hosting or VPS, as it will cost more money. So that is just something to consider. Now for the fourth reason, or for the fourth step, you need to think about the website building platform. So first could be a content management system. So that could be any platforms like WordPress, Joomla, or Drupal. Now these platforms offer a user-friendly way to create and manage website content. You also have website builders, and this could be the likes of Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, Shopify. There are several different website builders that are drag and drop interfaces for easier website creation, and for the fact that it is online, that means that collaborative work will be easier as well. If you're really looking for something unique and maybe something with all the specs, then you may want to go for custom development. So for more customized needs, consider using web development frameworks and languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as well as backend technologies like PHP, Python, or Ruby. Now for the fifth step, you've got the design and user experience. So website design, make sure you plan the visual layout, color scheme, typography, and overall design aesthetic. You got your user interface, UI, and focus on how users will interact with your website. That includes navigation as well as the accessibility. And on this, you've got mobile responsiveness. Now, with the likes of a content management system or a website builder, you will always have mobile responsiveness. But in terms of custom development, you need to ensure that your website is more mobile friendly, as a significant portion of web traffic comes from mobile devices. So make sure to keep that in mind. And as well as this, You do have, yes, your website builders and content management systems. They do automatically become responsive in mobile. However, you may need to do a little bit of a touch up, especially if some of the layout is a little bit misaligned. Now, with the sixth step as well, you do have content creation. So this is more or less when you're getting the website into near completion. So you have to think about content creation. So ensure that you have quality content. Create engaging and relevant content for your audience. That includes text, images, videos, and infographics. You also have to have the best SEO practices, so implement search engine optimization for the best practices to enhance your website's visibility on search engines. And as well as this, try to really use some of the tools that Google provide, like the Search Console. Now, using all these tools that Google provides in order to boost your SEO would be the best way to go as well. You do have several different Google Chrome extensions that can help assist with your SEO practices. So the next step would be the functionalities and features. So whether you're creating an e-commerce website or a non-e-commerce website, you need to think about your functionalities and features. So starting off, your e-commerce capabilities. So if you're selling products, you'll need to make sure that you have e-commerce features like a shopping cart, payment gateways, as well as product catalogs. And on top of this, you need to consider some of the different plugins. If you're going to use WordPress, WordPress can only really have an e-commerce platform if you use WooCommerce, so really do take a note of that. Any of the other website builders may or may not have a e-commerce capability. So before building a website on it, please do double check and see if that feature is available. As well as this, there's interactive features. So I would consider adding blogs, forums, contact forms, or social media integration. Now these are all very good in order to get your website out there. So starting off with the blogs, blogs are there really to redirect you to the site, to the main site, but it's a great way to boost your SEO. Of course, with the forums and contact forms, that's a way to get a hold of the person that owns the website or any visitors that want to inquire about something specific. Then they can do so through forums and contact forms. And as well as this social media integration, that's great as well for the website to boost social media or for social media to boost the website. So either or, having interactive features is a great way to boost your online presence as a business or individual. So coming to the last three steps, testing and launch. So make sure you test the website, check for functionality, broken links, loading issues, and compatibility across different browsers as well as devices. And once you are happy, go ahead and launch. So once everything is set, make your website live to the public. So if you've had the site up for, say, a couple of weeks or a week max, and then you really need to consider about the maintenance and updates. So having these regular updates will keep the website fresh with content, as well as regular maintenance to upkeep the website. You also need to look through the backups and security. So regularly back up your website and ensure security measures are in place to make sure that you're protecting against cyber threats. Now, lastly, analytics and monitoring. So I would use analytics tool like Google Analytics just to help keep track of visitor behavior. You want to check your bounce rates, you want to check your performance times on loading as well, as these are the beneficial factors to your website success. So I would say that using analytic tools are very crucial for optimizing and improving your website over time. So I would go ahead and keep an eye on these. So just something to note, you can see now that creating a website is an ongoing process. So it's not just about launching a site, but it is also about maintenance and updating. And you need to make sure that your website stays relevant as well as secure and effective in meeting your goals. So now that we have an understanding on how to create a website and what the step-by-step is, we're going to be taking a look at the content management system platforms that you can use. And as mentioned, you could use WordPress, Joomla, and Drupal, but we're going to primarily focus on WordPress. Take a look at some of the themes that you can use as well as the different plugins. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. So there are numerous amounts of website builders available that cater to different needs, from simple drag and drop platforms for beginners to more advanced systems for experienced developers. Now we'll have a rundown with some of the popular website builders. Now do note that you can use these yourselves. Some of them will be free, some of them will have trial. I would say that website builders are great as well, if you're not too technical with building a website, especially if you think that WordPress may be a bit too much, then you can rely on some of these website builders. Starting off with our first one, which is Wix. Now, this is a user-friendly editor. It's known for its ease of use with a drag and drop interface. You do have a range of customization options as well, so it offers a wide range of templates and customization options. It's very feature rich, so it includes tools for e-commerce, SEO, as well as social media integration. The next one is Squarespace. Now this is design focused. It's renowned for its sleek, professional templates and strong design capabilities. It has an all-in-one solution, so it provides hosting, domain registration, and a suite of tools for website management. Functionality-wise, it's suitable for blogs, portfolios, as well as e-commerce sites. But in terms of e-commerce sites, it will have to be the smaller ones. Now you do have Weebly. Now this is an intuitive builder, offers a drag and drop builder, making it easy for beginners. As well as this, it does have e-commerce features, good for small to medium-sized e-commerce sites, especially since it's now part of the Square product suite. You do have SEO tools, so it provides basic SEO tools to help you rank with your website in any of the SEO search engines. And the last one there is Shopify. So this is purely for e-commerce. So it's ideal for creating online stores. It's got robust e-commerce tools and capabilities. Now in terms of this, it does have loads of themes and apps as well, so it offers a range of professional themes and a large app marketplace for extending functionality. You do have payment processing, so inbuilt payment processing system. Shopify Payments simplifies the transactions. So that's just a couple of different types of website builders. Now there are loads of different website builders out there to choose from as well, so these are just some of the examples to go through. But anyway, now that we've had an overview of some of the website builders, we'll take a look at one of them now. So WordPress is a very popular content management system used to create and manage websites. Now it's known for its flexibility, user-friendliness, as well as a vast ecosystem of themes and plugins. So we'll be using this WordPress builder to see how you would create a website. We'll take a look at the different themes, the plugins. Now with the themes, there's thousands of themes that are available, and they range from basic designs to complex feature-rich templates, and themes determine the look and layout of that overall website. And you also have plugins as well, and they extend the functionality of a WordPress site, so we'll take a look at some of those as well. And there's pretty much a plugin for everything, so that's a range from SEO, e-commerce, social media integration, as well as security. So we'll take a look at some of those as well. So what I'm actually using to run WordPress is Local. Now this was formerly known as Local by Flywheels, so this is what it is. Now this is a popular local development environment tool, and it's specifically designed for WordPress. I would say that this simplifies the process of building, testing, and managing. So it's an easy installation. Just go ahead and go to the local website and go ahead and download this program tool. Now there is no need for a server, so since it runs on your local machine, so we're actually running it on our local machine. There's no need for any internet connection or even a live server to develop a WordPress site. Now you do have a customizable environment from this, so you can configure PHP, MySQL, and web server. So you can see that we're using Nginx, but you can also use Apache. And with the PHP version, we're using 8.1, so that is, at the minute, I would say the best one to use. Database is MySQL, as you can see, and of course you can have a one-click admin if you want to. Our WordPress version there, you can see as well, is 6.4.2. So we're happy enough to go ahead. You do have the option to visit the WP admin or just open the site. So opening the site for this one, since we have created just a test site, it's going to be a nice basic no themed website, so that's what it'll look like. So if we go ahead and open this site now, just so you guys can see, it's a nice basic sample page website. So test sample page, very basic, as you can see, but that is pretty much what the site currently looks like. So it's just running on a basic theme. Now to access the backend or dashboard of this website, of course we're going to have to enter an email address or password. Now, if you are, say, building a website or logging into a website, the best thing you could do is just go onto the URL and then type in /admin. That should bring you up the WordPress logo along with the username and password. So it just depends if the website actually has been built on WordPress. Once you have logged in, you'll be shown the actual dashboard. So this is what the dashboard looks like. On your left are all your different tools that you need in order to build a website. You've got your plugins, users, tools, settings, appearance, comments, pages, media, and posts. What we want to focus on primarily is the plugins as well as the different areas for editing. Now, with this content management system, I would say that this platform is a robust platform for managing content with features like categories, tags, and media library, as you can see. Now, WordPress itself is very SEO friendly. WordPress is optimized for search engines right out of the box and has numerous SEO plugins that can further enhance this capability. And some of the themes that we'll view as well are very responsive. That means that they automatically adjust to look good on any device. That includes desktops, tablets, as well as smartphones. But anyway, starting off with the themes, you can go onto appearance and then select on themes. They'll have some basic themes, as you can see, like 2024, 2023, 2022. You can go ahead and add new themes as well if you'd like. So they have a list of different ones to choose from. This is from the actual site itself. So if I go ahead and install this one, which is Sydney. So just flick through just to make sure that these themes are free. I would say that these are more or less free. If you are maybe looking for, say, a unique WordPress theme, then the best thing to do is to check out Envato Elements. Now, Envato Elements has a range of different themes. Some of them will be, of course, paid for. Some of them will be free. So it is just up to you guys whether you want to check out the web templates. So that is it here. So all web templates. You can just scroll through and just basically have a shop around to see which one would suit best for your business. But again, some of these will be free, some of these will have to be paid for, so just flick through them and see which one best suits your business. Anyway, coming back to themes, we can see that we have activated this one. So if we go ahead and visit the site, you'll see that this is the current theme of the site. You can go ahead and customize it if you'd like. Now with the customization, it is very basic. So we'll wait for this to load. So you have your general areas where you can change it about. So it looks like if we do want more customization options, we have to buy the Sydney Pro. So I think what we'll do is we'll stick with the 2024 version. So we'll just go to appearance, we'll go to themes, and then we'll just activate the 2024 version. Go ahead and select customize. Now, of course, to make things a little bit easier for designing a website, you can use Elementor. Elementor is a drag and drop builder that is integrated with WordPress itself. You can go through that through the plugin. And this just means that if you're not too technical with creating a website, you don't know really anything on coding, or you don't know coding at all, then this would be the best way to do it. So it's the best compromise, I would say, especially if you may find WordPress a little bit overwhelming. You're best to use Elementor. Again, Elementor is free. Just go ahead and install the plugin and you'll be able to have that option to drag and drop on WordPress. So this is what it looks like for design. You can see gives you a look pretty much, or like a preview look on what the website looks like. You've got navigation there, and you can edit out the navigation. So with the sample page, we can add more blocks. We can add a site logo, social icons if we wanted to. So that's just pretty much the very start. So that's just a blog. We don't need that, so we'll just go back. So that's the navigation bar. And then with the rest of the pages, we can go ahead and customize certain areas about it as well. So with this one, I can go ahead and select this group, and then we'll go ahead and you can see you can select these buttons. You can add buttons as well. So this would be, I would say, the basic way to do it. Now, WordPress has a lot of functionalities, which is great to see. Again, it is packed full of different plugins that you can use to make your website a little bit better. You can style it nice, you can make it look nice, so all just depends on how you want to go about it. Now, if we select the top left here, we have different areas to add onto the page. So you've got gallery here, and there's a couple of different designs with gallery. You've got different patterns that you can add into this, as you can see, and we can have an about section. You've got your footers, different design footers, and as well as this, you have like portfolios and different pages and headers. So very customizable, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and try to add one in. So with WordPress, there should be some sections in between, so you can see that you can add a block onto this if you want. So we'll actually just we'll do an about, and then what we'll do is we'll just add this in. Now with the sizing, of course, we need to change that about, so we'll go ahead and do that now. So when I just did a section there, so it's just you can add a couple of blocks there, as you can see. So if I added maybe something into the block, you can see that there's paragraphs, headings, lists, code, or tables that you can add, or images as well. Now with the patterns, you can add some patterns in if you wish. And if you want to add a pattern, so just select on the section. Now if you click on one of these sections just like so, and then you need to click on the toggle block inserter and then click on all patterns. You'll get the option. Let's just see if we want to add one in like this, and this means that it won't be a block pattern. So you can see now that it's actually a whole section. So that's how you would do that. So you can create a simple basic WordPress website from WordPress alone, and things are a lot nicer, I would say, on WordPress, because you can have different plugins to make the website a little bit nicer. But if you want to improve the look of the site, then I would say plugins are the best way to go. So go ahead and open up the navigation, and then we'll just go back to the dashboard. So we'll just we'll leave this now. So moving on to the plugins, there are several different plugins that you can install. So if you just click add plugin and then just say Elementor, click enter, you can go ahead and install this. So what's great about this is it's drag and drop. It's a page builder as well. You can create very nice looking pages for your website. So we'll go ahead and activate that. So there are several different plugins that you can add. So there's Elementor, and then again, if you just want to add new plugins, just click on add new plugin on the top. And if you're going to go for security, just search up security, and then you can have like an iThemes one. Let's just have a look. So there's a couple there. Now some of these will be paid for if you want to unlock the full version, so I would have a look through just to ensure that it's not going to run out. But anyway, you can see that we have added a new plugin. The best way you can check is going to install plugins, and you'll see some of the plugins here. Now you can see there's Get Elementor Pro, but we can actually just try out the free version. Now with the free version, you'll not have everything unlocked, unlike the Get Elementor Pro or Elementor Pro. So just be aware of that. But guys, that's pretty much it for WordPress. It's very simple to use. It's very versatile as well. You got different themes to choose from. You got the community and support as well. So WordPress has a large active community, and users benefit from a wealth of online resources, forums, as well as professional services. You do have your, as I said, responsive design, your content management, your SEO. It's SEO friendly, so I would 100% recommend to use WordPress. So now that we've taken a look at a content management system builder, let's have a look at some of the website builders that you can use. So here we have a website builder called Wix. So this is one of the ones that we were talking about earlier on. So we'll go ahead and get started and take a look at some of the different templates that you can use, as well as how to use the website builder itself. So on the top right, simply just go ahead and log in, or either get started and you can sign up. And I'll just go ahead and log in with this email here. Go ahead and log in. Now this will take us directly to our dashboard. Now if you are signing up, it'll ask you to build a website straight away. So we'll go ahead and just create a new site, and then we'll just start from a template. So Wix Studio is one of the newer editors, as well as your classic editor, which is Wix Editor, and of course the ADI version as well. But Wix Studio, I would say, is one of the better areas to work on a website, as some of the templates that they have are very, very responsive, as well as very modernized looking. So in comparison with WordPress, I would say WordPress is still better, more for the functionalities as well. Some of the things that you can do on WordPress you can't really do on Wix, so that is something to consider. However, with Wix Studio, you can see you have different templates. You've got design templates, wireframes. Now they call it wireframes, however, it's not the traditional way we think wireframes is, where obviously you have a blank canvas and then you jot down areas like where you want your photos, where you want your paragraphs, or your text, things like that. The way they do their wireframes is they actually have a stock image background along with placeholders for text. So you can keep it the way it's laid out, or you can change the layout, so it just depends on how you want the design process to go. They have their different types here, so you can choose an e-commerce platform, portfolio, one page, or a company site. And as well as this, you do have your different industries, so you could choose a business, technology, creative, fashion, beauty. And with the features, you've got stores, bookings, portfolio, blog, and for the style, you've got dark, minimal, illustrative, typography. So these are just a way for you to browse a specific template. You don't necessarily have to go through with this. So there are multiple different choices, as you can see. So if I just click on design templates, you can just keep scrolling down, and you should be able to find whatever template you want. Now, I wouldn't say that Studio has a lot of templates at the minute. The one that has the most templates, I would say, is Wix Editor, Wix Editor. Now, with Wix Editor, you have at least around 200 plus templates, or probably more than that. You've got different sectors, different businesses types, so I would recommend to use Editor if you want to go for something very straightforward and simple. Now, as I said, with Wix Studio, they provide more modernized looking templates, so this may be a choice for you if you want to go through that way. In terms of difficulty in use, I would say that this is a 5 out of 10. You don't really need to know much in order to build a website on Wix. All you really need to know is the editor. So we'll go ahead and choose a template from this. So I'll go ahead and go for the construction company. So you have the option to go ahead and view it, or you could just jump straight into editing the site. So what we'll do is we'll just edit the site straight away here, and then I can show you guys the use and how to use Wix Studio. Works pretty much the same as Wix Editor. I would say that the arrangement is just a little bit different, but not too different to the point where you're going to struggle to use it. Keep in mind, the different website builders have different ways of laying out where you get your elements. Some elements are called blocks, some sections are called page sectors. So each website builder has its own different way of showing you the website builder. However, I would say it's more or less the same. You just really need to get to know the overall editor or just the layout of the editor, and I would say that you'll be able to create any sort of website. But anyway, moving on. So this is the Wix Studio website builder. You do have different responsive types, which I like about Studio actually. So you can see a version in the tablet view, you can see it in a mobile view. So different versions to check responsiveness of your website. Now we'll just stick with the desktop for now. So make sure you just scroll through it just to have a look through the website itself, just see if you're happy enough with how it looks before proceeding to develop. So if we scroll all the way up, now if I select on a specific area, so I'll just say I clicked on this one and I open up the inspector, this is where I'm able to change most of the stuff. So that would be the height, the width, the background color, as well as the background video. I can change the opacity, I can change the layout. There's a lot of tools here that I can actually change. So if I wanted to change the height, for example, so I actually need to select this section and then click on, let's just say the height. I'm going to say 700. That'll then increase it, as you can see. And that is how the website will now look. So that'll just push that down. That should push that down, hopefully. If I exit off this. Still have a little bit of a section there. We'll go ahead and bank that down to 600, see how that looks. Okay, and then instead of this header being a sticky element, or I'm going to go ahead and change that to a pinned element. So let's just go for pinned to header to page. I want to change the background of that as well. Let's just change the background color of this to white. Opacity. Okay, and then 0%. Like so. Fill color, yep. So you can see that there's multiple different options and ways for you to customize the actual website. That inspector tool will come really handy, especially if you're working on different sections. That's where you can change the color, as I said, or you can change the height. You can even corner elements out. But speaking of elements, elements is actually located on your left sidebar. So you have your elements, you've got your layers, you've got your pages, global sections, site styles, app market, CMS, as well as code. This is the most important one alongside with the layers. So if you want to add, say, a button onto this area, I can go ahead and click on that. And then I can go ahead and design that. So with the corners as well, so I can have it as 80 and that'll corner it out to 80. So they're more rounded off edges. I could change the background color to red color. You can see there, or orangey red. and there's red there. And then if I show you the shadowing as well, I can apply a shadow. So very, very customizable. You can pretty much add this element anywhere you would like as well. That's how customizable this website builder is. So the same pretty much occurs for any other website builder as well. Now guys, I'll quickly show you Squarespace just to compare with this website builder Wix, as you can see. So anyway, going through Squarespace works pretty much the same way. I would say that Squarespace itself is more design focused. It is known for its sleek and professional templates, but everything is more or less the same. So if I were to create a template, so let's just go ahead and start with this one. So it'll just set that up for us. So it'll give you a starting point. So start selling on Squarespace. We'll just say, for the meantime, we'll call it profile tree. And hit continue. Go ahead and continue and get started. So this is how the website looks. You have your different options there for selling, marketing, contacts, analytics, and scheduling. If you want to jump in straight to editing, it's not actually this tool here, that's site styles. However, it's up here on edit. Now, yes, the layout is a little bit different from Wix, but it still has the same concept of drag and drop. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate. So in order to add elements, you actually have to add a block. So like we were doing with the other one, we could drag and drop a button in. You can see there. The only thing that's different about this is it uses blocks at the back and you can't actually adjust it. If I want it in between the block here, it actually automatically drags it to where it needs to be. So you can't really customize it as well as if you did Wix. So if I went ahead and did the same thing and added a button in, there's no border or blocks at the back, whilst this one has blocks in the back, you can see there. So that's a little bit of the layout. However, I would say that they do have more options on Squarespace itself. You have things like this, which is a scroller effect, and you can actually see it in action working. Whilst if you are to use that scroller effect here, you'll have to go ahead and customize that using JavaScript code in order to have that integration in here. So that's one cool thing about Squarespace. They do have other areas as well as that scrolling effect. You could see that they've got an embed code as well as code themselves, so you can create and be a little bit more creative than what is being shown for the elements. But guys, that pretty much is it for the website builder. More or less all the same, but of course they all have their different layouts in order to produce a website. Guys, that pretty much reaches the end of the video on 2 different ways on how to make a website. Of course, feel free to use any of the other platforms out there. These are just 2 demonstrations on how to do so. Guys, as I said, if you enjoyed the video, let us know in the comment section below. We'd like to know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching. On how to make a website. Of course, feel free